So hello everyone. In this video we are going to discuss about the topic variables in JavaScript. So basically we use three types of variables in JavaScript. These are var, let and const. So in this video we will discuss about var versus let versus constant variables. So we will discuss about their scope, hoisting, reassignment, redeclaration. So with some examples we will discuss so that we can understand the concept better. So first we will understand the concept of scope for var, let and const. So we will declare a function as scope. We will write if condition, curly braces. We will declare var x is equals to I am var. So just now we have discussed that var is a function scope. Function scope means its scope is within this function only. This one. Let y is equals to I am let. So let is block scoped. Means its scope is within this curly braces only. If curly braces outside this we cannot access y. Similarly we will declare z as const. Also const is also a block scoped. Now we will print one by one all these variables. Y, z. So guys, can you guess the output? So here x will work. It will print as I am var. Why? Because x is declared as var and it is function scopes. So we can access its value. But in case of y and z, they are block scoped. So we cannot access y and z outside this curly braces. So it will throw error. Same in case of z. Because const is also a block scoped. Is function scoped. Y and z are block scoped. Okay. We can check the output in terminal also. Node, then file name. Node scope.js. 1 minute. What we have done wrong. Okay, so we will call this function, then we will check the output. See, here we are able to print I am where, but getting reference error in case of y and z, because y is not defined. Reference error, y is not defined. Okay, so inside the if block, if we declare where, since where is a function scope, x can be accessed anywhere within the test scope. But in case of let and const, they are declared in if block. Since let and const are block scope, so y and z exist only within the if block. Trying to access them outside will throw an error. So now we will move to hosting. Hope you understand the concept of scope for where, let and const. Now we are moving to hosting. So hosting is a JavaScript mechanism where variables and function declarations are moved to the top of the scope during the compilation phase. That is, we can use functions and variables before they are declared in the code. So in case of where, variables declared with where are hosted to the top of their scope. Means we can use the variable before its declaration without getting an error. So we will see this with some basic examples so that we can understand the concept of hosting. So first one is hosting with where. We are declaring x as where x is equals to 5. And we are using it before its declaration. We are printing x before its declaration. Similarly, we will print it x after its declaration. So guys, can you guess the output? So first console will print output as undefined. This is because of hosting. Because variable declared with var are hosted to the top of their scope. That is, we can use the variables before its declaration without getting an error. So see, we are getting undefined instead of error. This is because of hosting. And in the second console, we will get the output as 5 because 5 is assigned to x. After that, we are printing it. So we will check the output in terminal also. We are going to save it. So here is the output. First console will print undefined and the second console will print it as 5. So now we will continue with hosting with let and const. Hosting with let and const. So we are declaring y as let, y is equals to 10. And we are accessing y before its declaration. So guys, can you guess the output? So the output will be reference error. Cannot access y before initialization. But why? Because hosting doesn't works with let and const. Hosting only works with where. This is why we are getting reference error in case of let. We cannot access y before its declaration in case of let. So we are going to execute it in the terminal. We haven't saved, we are saved it. See, we have got the error in the terminal, cannot access y before initialization. So hosting only works with where, but it didn't work with let. Similarly, we can check it for const. We have declared z as const, and we are accessing z before its declaration. So here also we will get the reference error, cannot access z before initialization, because hosting only works with where. We will execute this in terminal also. See, we have got the error in terminal, cannot access z before initialization. So this is the concept of hosting in JavaScript. Hope you understand this. So now we are moving to reassignment. So where and let can be reassigned, but const cannot be reassigned. We will discuss this with some basic example. We will check reassignment with where. Where a is equals to 10. Now we are printing a. So can you guess the output? It's simple, it is 10. Now we are doing reassignment. We are declaring a as 20. This is reassignment. Now printing a again. So can you guess the output? It will be 20 because of reassignment. So in this example, we first assign 10 to the variable a. We can then reassign a to 20 without any issue, and the console will log the updated value. Okay, so we will execute this in terminal. Reassignment.js. So this is the output. First it will print as 10, then after reassignment it will print as 20. So now we will do reassignment with let. Reassignment with let. Let b is equals to 20. Console b. So can you guess the output? It will be 20. Now we have done reassignment. We are doing reassignment. B is equals to 30. Reassignment. Now we will print B again. So guys, can you guess the output? It will be 30 because reassignment will work in case of let also. We will check the output in terminal now. So similar to where we can assign 30 to B initially, we can then reassign B to 30 and the console will reflect the new value without any errors. So firstly it will print 20, then after reassigning it will print 30. So reassignment worked with both where and let. So now we will test with const. Reassignment with const. Const z is equals to const c is equals to 50. Then we will print c. So what will be the output? Output will be 50. Now we are doing reassignment. C is equals to 60. So the reassignment. Now we are printing C again. So guess the output. Output will be error. That is type error. Assignment to constant variable. So what we observe that in case of const, reassignment is not working. So now we will execute this in terminal. So in this example, here we assign 50 to the constant variable c. When we try to reassign c to 60, we get an error because const variables cannot be reassigned after their initial declaration. So here we got the type error, assignment to constant variable. So what we learned that where and let can be reassigned to new values, but const cannot be reassigned after its initial assignment. So this is the concept of reassignment. Now we will continue to the redeclaration. Concept of redeclaration in JavaScript variables. So where can be redeclared within the same scope, but let and const cannot be declared within the same scope. So we will discuss this with some example. Redeclaration with where. With where. So firstly we are declaring where x is equals to 10. We are printing it. So what will be the output? Output will be 10. Then we are redeclaring x is equals to 20. Then again printing it. So can you guess the output? Output will be 20. So redeclaration is working with where. So in this example, we initially declare and assign 10 to the variable x. We can then redeclare x using where and assign a new value of 20. So the console will log the updated value without any error. So we can check this in the output. Redeclaration. Okay. So the output is 10 and 20. So redeclaration worked with where. Now we will check the redeclaration with let and const. Redeclaration with let. Let y is equals to suppose 30. So what will be the console output of y? It will print 30. Now what we will do is we will redeclare y. Let y is equals to 40. See, it has already given the error. Cannot redeclare block scope variable y. We will again print console y. it will throw error, syntax error, y has already been declared. Syntax error, y has already been declared. See, it has already given the signal. Cannot redeclare block scope variable y. We can check this it in output also in the terminal. See, it is throwing error, already throwing error. So no need to check in the terminal. No. See, the output is syntax error. Identifier y has already been declared. So here in this example, here we declare y and assign 30 to it. When we try to redeclare y with let, JavaScript throws a syntax error because let does not allow redeclaration in the same scope. So now we will check with const. Const z is equals to 50. We will print z. So what will be the output? Output will be 50. Now we are attempting redeclaration. Const z is equals to 60. See, it has given the error. What is the error? Cannot redeclare block scope variable z. Okay. So what we have observed, that redeclaration only works with where, but not with let and const. So similarly, we can check this output in terminal also. We are commenting the code, previous code, checking the output in terminal. Const where identifier z has already been declared. Okay. So what we have learned in the redeclaration, that where can be redeclared within the same scope without any error, and let and const cannot be redeclared within the same scope, so it will result in an error. So we will comment this code also. Okay, so the summary of variables we are going to discuss. So we should use const wherever possible for variables that won't be reassigned. So it is a good practice to use const wherever possible for variables that won't be reassigned, and use let for variables that will be reassigned. And we should avoid using var to protect scope related issues. Okay, so we should avoid var in our projects. And var is function scope, let const are block scope, that is scope remains in curly braces only for let and const. Okay, so this is the concept of variables in JavaScript.